and welcome to Concrete Republic Concrete Care. For yous who have bought a piece from us or are thinking about buying a piece from us, this is a bit of a video on showcasing what our product can do and the sealing process that we use and the benefits of the high quality sealer that we use that make your piece stand out above the rest. For you that have not bought from us, that have bought a concrete piece from another manufacturer, it's a bit hard to know what sealer and stuff that you have used on your piece, so this may not be a great video for you. If you are to find out what sealer they did use, that may help. We use a product called Trinic H12. It is a deep penetrating sealer. If you know that your manufacturer has used that, then great, this video will suit you. But if you are unsure of what sealer they have used on it, unfortunately I can't help as much with that. The thing with us at Concrete Republic, all our pieces that we make, which are coffee tables, dining tables, barbecue bench tops, console tables, any table that we use or that we make, we use our H12 sealer on all our products. So the benefits are on every piece that we make are all the same. So I'll go through now the actual benefits of that sealer. A lot of the people that buy concrete products, you want to know with stains, scratching, all that kind of stuff. This is kind of a bit of a guide on what our sealer can do. So what I have here are two pieces of concrete. This one here has not been sealed. This piece here has been sealed. It's a three-part process. It is a deep penetrating sealer, so therefore it actually gets into the concrete itself and actually creates a barrier. And then basically the third coat that we put on is basically the sealer on top to make it all nice and neat. The sealer itself, you can kind of see that it does change a slight little bit of colour. This sealer is the best sealer that I could find that it makes the concrete still look more natural without putting a glossy finish to it. It's got a nice smooth texture to it as well, which I actually like. To make the concrete look really natural is the piece. I don't, making a shiny dining table out of concrete's not my kind of thing, but we can get it in gloss, but it's just, it doesn't go with my kind of design. So the benefit with this sealer is basically your three main things that cause a lot of stains, which are acidic fruits like lemon, oranges, all those kind of things. Usually can leave a stain after a while. And I'm just going to drip a bit on both. There's your lemon. Another thing, of course, is red wine. We all love a drop of red. I'll just drop a little bit on here. Oh. Also coffee, vinegar, all those kind of things. The good thing about the deep penetrating sealer is that it's basically caused 3 layers, and for the actual product, the actual liquid or whatever it is to get through those 3 barriers is it's very hard for it to do so, whereas with a non-sealed product, it'll get into the concrete, and then once it gets into it, it's basically going to leave a stain and you won't get that out ever. So obviously I've left that on there for a minute now. So I'll wipe that off and I'll wipe. And as you can see, the marks are still left in there. It hasn't made a red mark, but what will basically happen is that will dry up a little bit, and then the stain after about 10 minutes, that's the stain that you're going to be left with. And now with the H12 sealer, it actually beads, like you can see that it beads on there. Wipe it off and it's all gone. I'll let that go for another couple minutes, but during the rest of the video you'll see that it'll dry up a little bit, but basically, you know, after a couple of minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, the stain that's there will basically stay there. So that's the beauty of this sealer, is that it is a food grade sealer, high penetrating. The next good thing about it is scratching. So after you've had a dining table or bench top or whatever, after a while you will get little mini scratches and stuff like that. If you actually get a scratch all the way to the concrete, watch my next video on scratches and chips, and that will help you out with how to deal with getting scratches that actually have gone into the concrete. But when you get little fine scratches that you can see that it's actually scratched that top layer of the sealer, the benefit about this sealer is once you've found a scratch, basically get a damp cloth, and go out and buy a wet dry sandpaper. You can make sure that it's wet dry. Don't go and get a 40 grit or a 80 grit sandpaper. Make sure that it's a wet dry sandpaper up to 400 to 1200 grit. It doesn't, once you get up to that kind of fine, it doesn't really matter. But you just rip a little bit off, find your little scratch, and then damp cloth, put a bit of water over the area with your sandpaper. Then you basically just sand it off with a bit of the water that's there. Keep rubbing just for a little bit, and then let it go for another, say, 30 seconds, and then with the cloth again, then just rub it off. The beauty about this is that when you've wet it and you've used the sandpaper, you actually start congealing the sealer again, and it will reactivate, and then it'll basically fill in that scratch, and then make it nice and smooth again, and delete that scratch. Now the only thing with that is that it may change the colour slightly, very, very slightly. So that's where the really fine sandpaper helps. And that again is, don't use heavy sandpaper, because obviously you're just going to create more scratches, and then that's not what you want. So yeah, just make sure you've got a really, really fine sandpaper, and don't be really aggressive with it. It's just really light, just a light circular motion with a damp cloth. Once it's been there for 30 seconds, wipe it off, and there you'll have it. It'll be nice and new again. The sealer can take heat. I don't recommend putting hot saucepan straight from the stove onto it. It won't burn it necessarily straight away, but if you were to do that a couple times over, you will start to see hairline cracks, and you may even mark it depending on how hot the saucepan is. It doesn't take naked flame, so unfortunately the flame will basically melt and burn the sealer, and then obviously the sealer is destroyed. And I think that's it. That's the main things with this sealer and all our concrete pieces are people are wanting to know what can and can't be stained, and this product can take anything and everything. As you can see still here, you can still see the stains from the lemon and the red wine, whereas in this piece it's got nothing. Also the scratch proof, you know, after wear and tear your pieces are going to get a little bit scratched, but the design and the way that we make it is to try and make it really look authentic concrete. So sometimes you can see little scratches and stuff, and it's actually not offensive at all. But yeah, as I said, with the sandpaper and the damp, you can take those scratches out. But hopefully this has helped you out. And if there's any more questions or queries you have with us, please email us at care@concreterepublic.com.au. We'll get back to you, any of your questions. And I hope you enjoy your concrete piece.